When TV networks discovered the potential of sitcom and drama spin-offs, they knew they had something huge. They were able to take the magic and popularity of a show and use it to create an entirely new and potentially lucrative product. And the modern history of TV is full of success stories of spin-offs. If you're a fan of shows like Mork and Mindy, The Facts of Life, The Colbert Report, Frasier, Better Call Saul, or Law & Order SVU, then you're a fan of a spin-off, because all those shows spawned from another successful series. Yet for every spin-off that works, there are others that don't. Networks love throwing money at spin-offs because there's already a built-in fan base from the parent shows. So it's theoretically easier to get a spin-off off the ground. But fans can be fickle. They don't simply want regurgitated content with a slightly different marketing campaign. For a spin-off to work, the show itself has to be good. Today, we're looking at some of the biggest failures when it comes to spin-offs. So join us as Facts First presents TV show spin-offs that were canceled immediately. Phyllis. Fans of The Mary Tyler Moore Show were likely thrilled in 1975 when they found out about this spin-off. Created by Ed Weinberger and Stan Daniels, Phyllis starred legendary comedic actress Cloris Leachman. It also starred Henry Jones, Jane Rose, and Lisa Gerritsen, among others. The show followed Phyllis's move to San Francisco with her daughter Bess after the death of Phyllis's husband Lars. And of course, since it was a sitcom, Phyllis and Bess move in with their in-laws. Phyllis begins working in a photography studio as an assistant, and the show was off and running. What's perhaps most interesting about this failed spin-off is that it wasn't a failure at all. After it began airing, it was immediately a top 10 hit. Leachman was not only nominated for an Emmy for her work, she also won a Golden Globe for acting in a comedy series. Phyllis was overall the 6th highest rated show in 1975, and even outranked its parent show, The Mary Tyler Moore Show. So what happened? Well, the demise of Phyllis had a lot more to do with personnel and logistics than bad ratings. For starters, the show suffered a traumatic blow early on when cast member Barbara Colby was murdered. She played the owner of the photography studio and was replaced by actress Liz Torres. So perhaps that was a sign that the show was not destined to last long. In its second season, the pilot was revamped, with Phyllis going to work for a San Francisco city supervisor. This sudden change made the show slightly less popular, though it was still doing okay. Then 2 more cast members died, Judith Lowry and Burt Mustin. That, combined with the fact that actress Jan Rose became severely ill, meant the show was constantly having to rejigger plots and storylines simply based on who was available to act. As a result, the show lost its foothold on the excellent work and ratings it had enjoyed. Yet it still finished higher in 1976 than the other Mary Tyler Moore spin-off, Rhoda, and was even tied with its parent show that year as well. Nevertheless, it got the axe after only 2 seasons. The Ropers. Three's Company was a monster hit in the late 70s and early 80s. So it was no surprise that ABC decided to create a spin-off starring 2 of its characters, Stanley and Helen Roper. The 2 had played landlords of Jack, Chrissy, and Janet on Three's Company and were fan favorites. It followed the middle-aged couple as they sold their building, where Jack and the crew lived, in order to move to a more ritzy area of Los Angeles, Cheviot Hills. The 2 were immediately fish out of water, with Stanley making no attempt to try to fit in with the glamorous and stuck-up neighbors, and Helen doing everything she could to make that happen. And of course, Stanley's lack of wanting to fit in only made Helen more and more embarrassed. The show starred Norman Fell as Stanley and Audra Lindley as Helen, and despite their popularity as Three's Company's characters, never found an audience. It aired March 13, 1979, and was canceled by May 22, 1980. A big part of the issue was a scheduling change. The show started out on ABC's Tuesday night lineup, which was a night that did very well for the network. But for some reason, they decided to move the Ropers to Saturday night. This caused plummeting ratings. It didn't help that it was directly opposite the monster hit Chips. Fell reportedly even showed up at ABC's corporate headquarters to ask personally for a better time slot. They denied the request. The show's inability to climb back in the ratings after the move meant the network couldn't keep it on the air, and it was canceled. The sad part was that Fell and Lindley weren't even allowed to simply return to Three's Company. The network had already replaced them and didn't want to go back on the decision. Fell later said he thought the network actually waited a while before canceling the Ropers so they didn't have to contractually bring Fell and Lindley back to Three's company. Of course, the issues of the show were also due to quality, which is to say, it wasn't great. Time magazine put it at the number 2 slot in their list of top 10 worst TV spinoffs in 2002. And TV Guide went a step further, calling it the 49th worst TV series ever. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Gloria. Gloria was actually a spin-off of a spin-off, which makes it less surprising that it never really found its audience. It was spun off of Archie Bunker's Place. That show was a continuation spin-off of the legendary sitcom All in the Family. Gloria started up in late 1982 and was done by early '83. Sally Struthers was in the titular part, continuing her role as Gloria Stivich, the daughter of classic character Archie Bunker. In it, Gloria was forced to move from California to New York after her husband, Meathead, left her and began living in a nudist commune. Gloria brings her son Joey along with her and moves in with her widowed dad. She takes up a job working for 2 veterinarians, one of whom is her landlord. This is another case of a failed spin-off that actually didn't suffer in the ratings. In its first season, Gloria was rated 18th, but it appears internal strife in the All in the Family led to it being nixed. The original pilot, which was created by veteran producers and writers from All in the Family and Archie Bunker's Place, was rejected by CBS. They instead aired it as a backdoor pilot, aka an episode of Archie Bunker's Place that was supposed to springboard into the new show later. But this rankled Archie portrayer Carol O'Connor, who decided not to be involved with Gloria after that. And the rest of the production staff from Archie Bunker's Place was reportedly kept from being involved in the new show as well. This bad blood and lack of continuity led to CBS calling it quits on the show after 1 season, despite doing well in the ratings. Tabitha. ABC decided to take the magic from its hit show Bewitched and try to get it to continue with its spin-off Tabitha. The show began on September 10, 1977, and starred Lisa Hartman as Tabitha. Tabitha was the daughter of Darren and Samantha Stevens, the leads of Bewitched. Like her mother, Tabitha is a witch living amongst mortals, and in a burst of creativity, the writers of the show decided to have her work as a production assistant at a TV station in Los Angeles. Other cast members include David Ankrum, who played Adam, her brother, as well as Karen Morrow as her nosy aunt, Mel Stewart as her cantankerous boss, and Robert Urich as a talk show host with a healthy ego. His character and Tabitha's character have a romantic interest as well. The show was pretty much a failure from the start. While Bewitched was a huge hit, lasting 7 seasons, audiences didn't find that same spark and appeal in its spin-off. Tabitha didn't even make it 1 full season, having been canceled after 11 episodes. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you ever watch any of these spin-offs? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.